Throughout history, the Chinese have greatly influenced many aspects of Japanese culture. As historian Tomoko Sato explained, under the influence of Chinese art, the tiger and dragon theme has been a traditional subject in Japanese art since the 12th century. Perfect examples of these are two Japanese ink paintings of the tiger and dragon on display at the Worcester Art Museum. Although there were no tigers in Japan, it held a very noble position and was used to symbolize strength and power in Japan and China. The dragon is a very popular symbol in Japan, and it has a long history in Japan and China. It symbolizes the position of a god for its mythic beauty and appearance. The Japanese would not have these two important figures of their society if the Chinese did not have such a heavy influence on them. As historian Peter Stearns put it, the use of the Chinese written language also meant that the Japanese could learn from Chinese texts in all manner of subjects, from science and philosophy to art and religion. The tiger and dragon paintings heavily support the fact that China had a great influence over Japanese culture. Japan was influenced by China in many ways. Japanese art, government, economy, and religion were all influenced by the Chinese. One of the more popular symbols that Japan got from China was the tiger. Tigers were not native to any of the Japanese islands, so they must have learned how to draw this animal somehow. They learned how to draw the tiger by studying Chinese drawings of tigers. Japanese artists also studied tiger skins that were sent overseas, and on rare occasions they drew tigers that were given as gifts to warlords and shoguns. Taoist and Buddhist temples often used these tiger paintings for decorating. Some characteristics of tigers in Japanese art are that they have large eyes, shrunken eye sockets, small ears, flat noses, and big paws. The tiger in Japan shows how the Chinese influenced the Japanese. The tiger, though not found in Japan, is common in many of the country's artwork, including paintings and tattooing. Tigers held a place as a powerful, intimidating symbol. The appearance of a tiger in your dream may symbolize the power and passion within you. The more and specific white tiger holds divine status in their religion. The tiger painting located at the Worcester Art Museum into Zen painting as symbols of Buddhist beliefs. In Japan, the dragon is revered as a godlike creature that holds a noble position among Japanese deities. The idea of the dragon in Japan originated in China. The Japanese learned of Chinese dragons by their art that they had exported or traded to Japan. The Japanese took this idea of a majestic flying serpent and incorporated it into their art and myth. The dragon is a great example on the cultural aspects of Japan that was heavily influenced by China, and the dragon in the ink painting is an excellent example of art that was influenced by China. Overall, the dragon in Japanese culture is not only proof of China's influence in Japan, it also shows that Japan was greatly influenced by the idea of the dragon itself. The dragon symbolized a vast amount of things similarly in both Japan and China. The Chinese commonly used the dragon as a sign of luck and power in both art and culture. For both the Chinese and the Japanese, the dragon was usually portrayed as a long, snake-like creature with 4 legs and no wings. The Chinese and Japanese believed that all things were divided into 2 main elemental forces, yin and yang. Yin is usually characterized as the moon, cold, wet, soft, etc., whereas yang would be the sun, hot, dry, hard, etc. The dragon was yang, a more masculine and dominant figure. The Chinese also believe yang figures like the dragon to be associated with the weather and being ones to bring rain and water. The Chinese have greatly influenced Japan in aspects of religion, writing, philosophy, and recreation. 2 of the most important figures as a result of this are the tiger and dragon. Some examples of this are the tiger and dragon paintings at the Worcester Art Museum. We know the animals are a result of influence because they are not native to Japan. In Japanese culture, the tigers held noble positions. They were involved in many of their beliefs, though they were not completely part of their religion. The tiger was a widely known figure of Japanese culture. In Japan, the dragon held a more sacred place. It was known for its beauty and grace. The dragon was liked for its mysterious and respected position. So in conclusion, the tiger and dragon were products of Chinese influence.